Hello all, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to see how to make single row into multiple row using the mapping flow. So now sometimes what happen, I just want to show one example. Like suppose we have one employee ID, then name is suppose John, and his skill is like Java and Python. So we have to basically, this is one skill column, right? Java and Python, and this is name column, and this is id column. So what we want, let me open in the same in Excel, then you will get the clear idea what exactly I'm trying to say. So sometimes we have the string in the comma separator, right? And that what we want to make a two rows from this one single row. So now I think you get clear idea. Suppose now we have three columns: id, name, and skill. Or it may like we have like address, then we have the city, cost, state, and all, right? So what we want, suppose id is 101, then name is John, and skill is Java and Python. So this is our input, and as output what we want. So output what we want, if I merge it and output, so what we want, I just show you. So we want one row for one skill and next row for, so I can copy this one. Now here I can remove this one, and here I can remove the Python. So this is the input we have, and if I merge it, and this is the output we want, right? So now how we can do in the Azure Data Factory, so that thing today we are going to see, right? So firstly I just create a one pipeline, new pipeline, right? And there, like whenever we created a new pipeline, here in under this properties we can give the name. Now here I can make as a multiple single row into multiple row, single row into multiple. Let me give the pipeline name row new pipeline, because already last time I created. So single row into multiple row, right? So now we given the pipeline name. I just double click on this one, so it will minimize it. Now first thing, we are going to do any transformation by using mapping flow, right? So first here I can create one new data flow, and that flow, so single row into multiple, again give the name multiple row data flow, right? So this is our name we have given, right? So we first thing we need to add the source. So what I can do, I can just here I can go to the resource group and just want to show the file that we have uploaded under the Azure Data Lake storage. So this is our resource group. Under this resource group we have Azure Data Lake storage or Azure blob, right? So this is our Azure Data Lake storage. This is storage container. Under this storage container already I uploaded the file. So if I go here under this storage container, let's see what file we have. So if I go to the container, we have a different container, and input, let's see, we have employee CSV. Now this is a CSV file, and if I click on this data, you can see the data. So if you see, we have the three employees, 1 2 3 1 2 3, then employee name, and we have the skill. So we want one row, like basically here for first row we will get the two rows, again for the second we get two rows. So each skill will be in a single row. So this is our data. So I just close it. So we have the data under container, input and employee CSV. So now let's see the starting under source. This is the option we have: source setting, source option, projection, optimize, inspect and data preview. So first thing we need to create a data set. So create a data set, Azure blob storage, then our file is CSV. So I just select the CSV, and here I can make as a single into multiple data set, single to data set. So this is our data set. And then link service, if you don't know link service, so basically link service is the connection between the our it will store the connection string, like, right, for the Hadoop databases. So now if I just click on this one, so our main container name is container, and our under this input folder we have the file that is employee CSV, and I can click on OK. So these are the some options, like if we already have the file schema, so we have mentioning you want from the schema or column name from the our file, right? So now whenever you want to see, like after connection to the dataset, you can click on this one. Firstly I will do the debug. Whenever you want to run the flow, mapping flow, then you must need to click on this data flow debug option, otherwise you are not able to see the data. Right now we have on the data flow debug, so cluster is ready. So now if I refresh this data preview tab, now let's see how data will look like currently at the starting. So we are just fetching the data from our data set. It takes some time, no worries. So after that, like, you already know the data, so what we are going to do, so basically in Azure Data Factory we have one function, right? So we are going to create a new column. So now this is our data, like if you see employee ID, employee name and CC plus. So now what we want each skill as a one row, right? So firstly this skill column we are going to convert into the array, right? So firstly we will create a new column, and there we can and incoming source is source 1. Let's see, suppose now skill is our column, right? And what is our expression? So now we want to create a column, so but by using this key existing column we want to create a new column. So to create a new column we need to give the expression, right? So now this is our expression window. So we have one column that is split. So by doing split we can convert string into the array, right? So basically array. So now for this split column, like split function, we need to give the column. So we want to split the string, but on the basis of which column we want to split. So we want to split on the basis of skill column, but we need to give the character also, like on the basis of which character we want to split. So in our string, in our skill column, and after each string we have the comma. So that's why we are given the skill as a column and we want to split on the basis of this comma. So now when I click on this save and finish, and now if I just click on data preview and just refresh, so now if we see the what output we will get. So it taking some time. Then now basically if you see, we got our column as it is, we not created a new column. So we let's work on the existing column. So we converted our existing column into the array. Array means, like if you see, this is square bracket and this is like each value in the square bracket. Now what we want, basically we got the array, right? So how we can like into the multiple row. So we have one transformation, flatten. So if you see, we have one transformation, that is flatten. So now, like, most of the interviewer will ask what is the difference between the flatten and parse. So basically flatten will convert one row into multiple row, and parse will work on JSON, so it will convert one column into the multiple column. So flatten convert one row into multiple row, and parse basically one column into the multiple column. So now we are going to select the flatten. So now, so here if I select the skill, so now if automatically take the unroll by, right? And now let's run, let's see the data once again. So now if you see, we got the output like C, like previously we had a C and C++ under the one row, so we got two rows. Java and Python we had the one row, and then we got the two rows. Again, like for the Azure, AWS and GCP, under we have the under the one row, so we got three rows. So now at the last, what we are going to see, what we are going to do, that we are just going to save our output into the CSV file. Sorry. Now we are going to select the dataset, Azure Blob Storage, continue, CSV file we want to store, and here we can give the final output single into multiple. So now if I select ADL, this is our link service, and at the last what we are going, so now suppose we want to store the data under this container and input, right? So we just select the folder name, right? And we are not giving the schema, and just click on the none because we are not provided the file name, right? So under this setting, what we want, we can mention that we want a single file, and so we want to set a to the single partition, so we can mention that we want single partition only, because if you know, most mapping flows work on the Apache Spark, right? So that's why it asks how many partition we want. Now let's, if I click on the this, so now let's, what we can do, click the see error, let's see what error. You must specify the file name or output content. Okay, let's test the connection. And now let's see to enable data preview. Okay, so now no worries. So what we can do, open, just open the connection, and here under this browse container, okay, cancel, I can give the file name. Let's suppose file name is employee skill, employee skill single into multiple, right? And click OK. Now let's click transformation stream is invalid, fix errors and data enable data preview. You must sync the output content file name in the output. Let's see once again, close this one, let's see, just delete it, new connection, Azure Blob Storage, then CSV file, then we can firstly delete the, or I can mention flatten dataset, flatten dataset output, right? And select the link service ADLS. Now click on this one, container, okay. Let's container input, okay, and click OK, right? Okay, let me open once again. We need to select the data preview is like no compression schema. Okay, just click on this one and just till this one, and let's see. And setting, clear the folder file name to the output single. Okay, here we can mention the file name. So file name is final output or like employee skill flatten output. I can give flatten output, and let's see. Now if I previously we just forgot to add the file name. Now we are able to see the data. Let's see, this is output we got. So now this is our data flow. So single row into multiple. So we already created the pipeline at the starting only. Single row into multiple. So this is, let me little bit, single row into multiple data flow. So we already created the pipeline and just add the data flow activity. Now we need to select the our data flow, single row into multiple data flow. So now if you see, we don't have any parameter, and now if I try to run the code, so let's debug our pipeline. So it will take some time. Now it's see, it's in the queued status. After some time it will in the in progress, and at the last it will show in the done status, right? So wait for some 2 seconds, then it will complete our whole pipeline. And so now it's in progress. Till now if I go to the in container, so we given our file name is, let's see, so in progress. So let's refresh it, still it is in progress. Let's see, some wait for some 2 seconds, then it will complete. So we given the file names, that is, let's see what file name we given, employee skill flatten output. So, and if I go to the our pipeline, so taking some time, now it's got succeeded, right? And now if I just try to refresh the employee flatten output file, we will get. Now wait for some time, it's loading. So under container, under input folder, we have employee skill flatten output. So this is the file we got, employee skill flatten output, right? And if I click on this data, so this one, right? So that's all about the how to convert one row into multiple row using flatten output, like using the flatten output transformation, mapping transformation. So that's all about the today video. If you have any question, any doubt, please write down in comment, and please subscribe the channel. Thank you.